Welcome to another episode of BCG's Talking Shit. My name is Barrett Courtney. As always, I am your host. And today, I have joined with me one of my great co-hosts and even better friends. Not the bisexist from Texas.
I can be if you want me to.
No, it's the Chunky Punk. My favorite Chunky Punk, Ricky Baldesano. What's up, Ricky? How you doing today?
I'm ready to be done with this.
I know.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. One of us.
Google gobble,
And to-
Google gobble.
My far left, your far right is the Fallout 4 expert, Annie Vogt.
I haven't even played it. You guys have actually played it. I've only watched people play it.
It's just going to go like bigger and bigger throughout the week. Like, the next episode is going to be like
Oh, I just dropped my ice.
The
next
expert
episode-
on dropping iced tea.
the next one is going to be like the only person who has beaten all of Fallout 4.
I wanted to just be the expert of certain things. So,
yeah.
like, the expert of Just Cause 3 for some reason. The expert
played it?
of throwing Vicodin at things.
If you don't know what we do here at Talking Shit, one of us brings in a topic of discussion, and then we talk some shit about that topic. And today's topic, well, this whole week, all the topics are coming from me. Because you're too lazy, and then we just figured out Annie was going to be a guest last night, so we didn't want to make Annie do.
I was all,
You were all like, I never want to bring in a topic.
No, I was like,
And I've got lists and lists of topics, so I figured. So this whole week, all the topics are coming from me. The first topic I want to talk about this week. We talk a lot about video games and our love for video games.
Do
that
we?
What?
I mean, it's in the game.
We do that
Or it's
here?
in the name.
it's in the game.
It's in the game.
This is a game.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
This is a game. I lost the game.
Oh, you're a terrible person, Annie. So we talk a lot of love for video games, but that all sort of started when we were all little kids, and our parents wouldn't let us be on the TVs and the electronics and stuff because they're like, it's gonna cook your head. You're gonna be eggs in there. So they made us play board games. So I want to talk about board games today. And some of our favorite board games from our childhood and what board games we still play today. I think the one that Ricky and I go back and forth between on, we get into a thing every once in a while where I look at Ricky with that sweet look in my eye. I'm like, yo, you want to play You want to play some chess? Chess is the best board game. Without a doubt.
I don't
The
know if
thing-
is it considered a board game?
Oh
Yeah,
It's
on the
considered a
board.
game.
I guess.
And it's a game
I consider it
that you
like
play with skill.
strategy game.
Kings played this. Me and Barrett played
It
this
can
with our
still
fathers.
Warlords.
It can still be a strategy game, but it's
Yeah.
also like there are different genres of board games. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, Arkham Horror is technically a
RPG board game.
Exactly. It's like saying like I don't know if that can be a video game because it's technically a strategy game, but it's like no, it's a video game. No.
Chess goes beyond before board.
Well, yeah, because chess is the best game of all time.
Hello.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yeah, and
OG
you and
board
I go
game.
back and forth because we are pretty equally.
I know,
matched.
I think I found
At chess.
my perfect opponent
I know.
because we always were either
Really
I think
good
the
or-
points
We're
that
each
we're at
other's
right now-
Sherlock to our Moriarty's here.
Yeah, we're always it's never we never need a tiebreaker or anything.
Yeah.
Or we always do. I should say.
We always do.
Because we're always evenly matched, and our matches go on for hours. We had spent a whole Christmas party playing chess.
I remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
A whole Christmas party. You know how much Christmas parties
Never
go
play
on for.
Vincent in chess.
Yeah, they go on forever until you tell people to leave and then they won't leave and then you're like okay and then you go into your bedroom and you cry yourself to sleep.
Exactly.
And play chess by yourself against yourself.
You play chess by yourself on your PS4.
So yeah, I think chess is definitely the OG, the number one for us.
I remember as a kid, I remember really liking Chutes and Ladders.
I've never played Chutes and Ladders.
Really?
I don't think I
never
have
played
either
Chutes
that
and
I
Wow.
remember.
Oh my god, this might be like an Ohio thing here.
What's that?
Midwest, yeah.
Chutes and Ladders was evil because it's this 100
Chutes and Ladders
square
with your
board
jimmies?
game. So it's all about being able to get up to square 100, and you start down here, and you can either try to just go up, back
Snake
and
it?
forth, snake it. Or you can go sneak it or sort of cheat and go up these ladders. If you land on a specific square that starts with a ladder, you can
go
skip
up
a
it.
couple rows.
Ah.
So there's this really cool one that's almost impossible to get to. You don't have dice in this game. You have the little spinning wheel. You know, from the game of life.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? And they have different numbers. It's always really hard to get the number 2 because the second tile is a ladder that takes you all the way up near the top. So it's always really hard to get that one. But then, so that's like square 97 or 98. Square 99 is a chute that takes you all the way back down to the bottom.
Ooh, that's
I know. And it's evil.
The way you're describing this is like Brian from Family Guy when he takes Stewie's ADHD pills and like stays up all night making a board game in like a universe, and he like takes it and turns it into a TV show and is pitching this whole thing to Stewie.
And then when you actually play the game, you just want a table flip.
Then he gets bored at one point and he makes a language for the wizards. He's like has it on a recorder. That's what Shoots and
Ladders. And then Candyland. Classic. I never really liked
played Candyland as a kid.
Candyland.
Yeah.
I liked the video game Candyland.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the PC.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's like this whole like
Put it on the
story
table.
going on where you had to like like save people from like the chocolatey goo,
Yeah,
and then like save like the king of Candyland and all this stuff. It was so just so like deep of how just remarkable the Candyland world is.
I had Monopoly on PlayStation 2.
I remember being able to play Monopoly on like our PlayStation 1 or something.
Yeah.
And that was just like the coolest. I think that's still like the best version, because when you like roll your dice or whatever, then it was the Game of Life that we had that like on the PlayStation 1. And then you got like looked basically first person in your car like on the board and stuff. That was so cool. The one on iOS does not hold up.
So speaking of life, I went to a.
I hate mine.
Speaking of life,
I hate mine. Speaking of life, I went to. I was in Sacramento and I went to go see Crimson Peak. I told you.
Yeah.
And the only place to eat by that movie theater in Sacramento is Chili's.
Ugh.
Yeah. I forgot. Oh yeah, no, you're telling me that the whole movie I'm trying not to throw up.
Oh.
Anyway, so at the Chili's, each table has like a little tablet thing where you can play games. Where you can play games while you wait for your food.
Yeah,
and they have Life,
Wow.
and it's the same game of Life that's on PC. That was like the video game version. It's the same one. They just updated it a bit. But all the characters are the same. And we were there. We were done with our food and we were still there for like a half hour trying to finish the match.
That's awesome.
But I think I think Life is like perfect.
Were you guys there when we played Vinny's version of Life?
Yeah, it was like the super old school
60s one.
one.
It
Yeah.
was really old.
Shout out to our friend Vinny Valentini.
May he rest in peace.
We miss you. Come back to California. He's coming home for Christmas, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm excited. Mo told me that he's probably coming home for Christmas.
That sucks because I won't be here.
Yep.
Well, if he's staying for all of winter break, or at least like more than a week.
I think so.
If he's staying for at least more than a week, that'll be cool because I leave for just
I
exactly
hope
a
he's
week.
staying for more than a week.
You better. Vinny Valentini. No, screw this topic. This whole topic is now.
Vinny talking shit about Vinny.
No. Okay.
No more Mohawk.
more Mohawk.
Anyway, what are some games that we are drawn to today?
Like to go back
Munchkin.
to, or like what we usually play?
No, like what we usually play and like what we play now.
Munchkin.
We play Munchkin.
Munchkin's
We got
a good one.
Adventure Time Munchkin.
I have that. Yeah, I
I don't have
that was the
one.
first Munchkin I bought.
I don't
It's
have
really
any.
fun.
We got ours at Target.
I have 3
I
board
bought
games.
mine at.
You have 3 board games.
I have 3
Forget
board
what I
games.
bought.
They're all chess.
No, they're all Monopoly.
Different
One's
versions of
Fantastic
Monopoly.
Four, one's Transformers.
These are all really bad decisions that you've made.
I got them all as gifts from the same aunt 3 Christmases in a row.
She bought you 3 different kinds of Monopoly?
Oh, she hates you.
Whoa.
She's doing that on purpose.
She got me Monopoly Fantastic Four.
Transformers.
Oh, I actually have 4.
Oh,
I actually have 4.
God.
The last one's not Monopoly though. So it's Transformers, Fantastic Four, Metallica Monopoly. And then the last
So
one
metal.
is Simpsons Clue, of course.
Oh, Simpsons
Simpsons
Clue is
Clue.
the dopest.
I got that myself.
Yeah.
That's you have to have
One
that.
time we played a version of Clue. It was basically like Super Clue. So like double the amount of weapons. Like
What the fuck?
way more. It was way harder. We played it with my sister's boyfriend.
sounds awesome.
At his house last Thanksgiving up in Mendocino.
We need to give me Clue.
And it's like way harder because like people like Vincent and my sister's boyfriend Andrew, they can like guess it after like 2 rounds in.
Yeah, regular Clue is not hard anymore.
Exactly. So they play this like super version of Clue, and it's actually really challenging. The reason why Vincent lost last time is because my sister said she didn't have something in her hand that she did on accident, and he was so mad.
That's the worst.
He was like, I would have known, but then it was Andrew's turn, and then Andrew got it. So he was like, I should have won.
Yeah, that's the worst
a
when
bummer.
they like accidentally don't show you cards.
Because
Yeah.
it throws everything out of loop.
That's worse, I think.
Fucks up the statistics.
That's
You're
worse
making it
than like making your friend go bankrupt in Monopoly. Because when your friend makes you go bankrupt in Monopoly, it's sort of your own fault. But when someone like
taking your money.
but like someone, you know, accidentally not showing you a card, like that's on them. So that like breaks up, like that
fucks up your
divorces
game.
people.
Fucks up your game.
Monopoly is all choice. Like,
Yeah.
words of Louis C.K. I'm going
And
to
luck.
take all of this money and use it to destroy your sister.
It's a good amount of luck, but
Yeah.
it's also a good amount on you.
Did any of you guys really get into Battleship?
Oh yes.
Like, Battleship was like
Not too
my
much, but
my,
yeah.
my next to chess with my dad.
We need to like buy Battleship at one point because I've been itching to play that for the longest time. My grandma and I used to play that a lot.
So Tasia has Battleship, but
She's
Full of four.
missing like the carrier or something.
she's missing so many ships
Ugh.
that we just had to pick the ones that we both had the same of and play with like 3 ships.
That's a little cool though.
Yeah,
it's like
it was
a little
it's
more challenging.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. But then it got to a point where like we know which one's next. So it's just like, oh, I took out the 2 little ones.
So I know you
one
have a big
hit,
one.
2 hits, and then the 4 hits. So
Yeah.
I know which one's next. You know what I mean? So it was
Well,
kind of
that's-
like it just kind of got a little repetitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what Battleship is. It's just you're noticing it a little more because it's just going faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, Battleship. I remember my grandma and I used to play that all the time.
Question about Battleship, which me and Tasia were kind of arguing about. So in
No,
Battleship,
you're not allowed to move your ships during game.
no ship.
No, shut up.
Ah, boo.
Anyway,
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Talking Ship.
oh, this kid's the cool kid. I'm sitting next to him.
You are sitting next
Oh,
to
that makes me the cool kid.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so in Battleship, you got you got your white pins and you got your red pins. Where do they go? What do you use each color for? You have your white ones and you have your red ones.
Whites are for misses, reds are for hits.
hits.
Right. Now, do you also have to put it on the top board to see where your
Well,
or I'm
you
sorry, put them
on
on
the
your bottom
bottom
board
board.
to see where they missed?
Do you have to do that?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
No, you don't
Thank
have to.
you.
That wastes them. So by the time
you're not gonna have enough left.
you're not going to have enough left to keep track of what you're missing.
Okay, so Tasia's way of playing it is you gotta do both. One,
You don't have enough pins for that.
yeah,
Man.
you know, two, she uses the white ones for hits and the red ones for misses.
I'm never playing board games with your girlfriend.
Or at least Battleship.
Her explanation for that was the best argument, though, because her defense was, "I do what I want." I was like, "Hey, go play your way."
There are strict rules.
This is
There's
Battleship.
strict rules that you have to follow playing a board game.
One way of life.
Unless it's Munchkin, because they specifically tell you don't have to follow any of these
Yeah,
rules
you can cheat
seriously.
as long as you don't get caught.
So there are specific rules to games, and they're just it's like driving a car. It's like driving in the streets of San Francisco, and your bicyclists
Don't
are
give a
just like,
fuck.
oh, I don't need to stop at stop signs. I don't need to stop for pedestrians. It's like, no, there are certain rules of traffic that you have to follow. Just like there are certain
don't.
rules of Battleship. Get the fuck out of here.
Everyone can learn a thing or two from Battleship. Okay.
About life.
All right,
about
but
love.
not life.
No.
Can't learn anything from the game of life.
Did you guys ever play Dragonology?
No, what's that?
Do you remember ever going to a Barnes and Nobles and seeing those
The Dragonology books.
Dragonology
That was
books?
the first
No.
one I ever
You
got.
open it up and it's like facts about
I got the
certain
Greek
dinosaurs.
myth one. I got the Egyptian one. I bought a
Yeah.
bunch of them. The
You never
fairy
played that?
one.
No, I never.
Pyrology or whatever.
I didn't know they
go
made
to board-
games.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, those books are for the game, so you get more in depth to
Really?
the lore of it.
I didn't know
That was the point.
I had no idea.
It's like facts
went into-
about each dragon that you
Yeah.
can use and each person
in the
and-
game.
As a kid, because Barnes and Nobles is just like a thing of a past, which is really sad.
Borders, man.
And Borders.
I found
Yeah,
a gift card I had for Borders like last week. I was like, oh my god.
So they're a thing of the past. So when we would go to those places when I was a kid, it was I'm looking for Captain Underpants.
Duh.
I'm looking for Artemis Fowl.
Duh.
I would never look for Harry Potter because those were taken care of. Those were taken care of. So you'd look for Captain Underpants. You look for Artemis Fowl. You'd go into the music session for like 3 hours, looking for bands that aren't going to be there.
Yep.
And that was it. That was your trip to Borders and Barnes & Nobles.
This is my little trip.
I bought books for school.
This is my little trip when I go there. You go in, Captain Underpants, of course. You go in your graphic novel section and look at stuff your parents aren't going to buy you.
I'm specifically thinking of Borders. I think we were a Borders family.
So
you're either a Borders or you're a Barnes & Nobles family.
There weren't Barnes & Nobles in the city, if I remember correctly.
So there was a Border
for a while. So
my as a young Barrett, I would go to the movies a lot with my grandpa because we're two moviegoers, frequent moviegoers, and there was a Borders literally right next to the movie theater. So that was always our thing. Like we'd go to Borders, waiting for the movie. We go to the movie, and then we go to Borders again.
Yeah. My main thing was you go there, Captain Underpants that you were for sure gonna buy there. Graphic novels, look at stuff you weren't gonna get. Right.
Okay.
Go to the erotica books with pictures of boobs on them.
Okay. All right.
Hide away from whichever adult you're there with.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they hear you call your name.
That's what I would do at Giant Eagle, which is Ohio's version of Safeway.
I actually know that. I know about that.
You know
about that.
Because do they have Giant Eagle in Florida?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. That makes me happy.
I know.
I'm gonna leave the screen for a little bit just to update the game. You can keep talking though.
Piggly Wiggly though.
But yeah, those were my things about Barnes. Oh, and Ripley's Believe It or Not books.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like the Where's Waldo's books.
Board games.
Yeah, right. Board games.
Got a little into
Feather, you got it.
So,
high five.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about games that we play now. So, Munchkin.
Munchkin.
I play a little
Werewolf.
We play Werewolf.
Werewolf. I don't know if that's technically
party game.
That's like a party game.
Yeah, right.
We don't want to talk about Werewolf.
Munchkin technically isn't a board game either.
I know, but there is a board to it.
If you get the deluxe edition.
Exactly. So for those of you who get the deluxe edition, yes.
Yeah.
Jack Moody.
Risk.
We do. Oh God, we play.
We do Risk.
I
once in a while.
Don't like the base version of Risk.
Vincent has Lord
but
of the
I
Rings
will
Risk.
Fuck you up in
Ian
Star Wars.
Star Wars Risk.
My dad and I have Star Wars Risk back at his place, and I will mess you up because I know how to navigate through that whole galaxy. I know how to mess you up. I may not know that probably America isn't the best place to start off in regular Risk, but you start off with your outer planets in Star Wars, and then you just move.
No America here.
No
America.
No America here.
In the galaxy.
Far
there is an America in the galaxy, I guess, but not in the galactic empire.
So
that was really nerdy.
So coming from a Star Wars version of a game, there's a little bone I have to pick with the Star Wars version of Sorry, right?
What?
Really? There's a Star Wars Sorry?
There's a Star Wars Sorry. There's a bone I have to pick with it.
Okay.
Because I have Disney Sorry, right?
Okay.
I'll
allow it.
You have Disney Sorry, and you have your little things that hold up the characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got your villains.
Yeah.
Captain Hook. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You got your boys. You got your Tarzan.
Yeah.
Your Peter Pan. You know.
Yeah.
You have your princesses.
Yeah.
And then you have. You have something else.
Yeah,
you have like animals.
Animals, yeah.
You have like an animal.
So those are the 4 teams.
Simba.
Those are the 4 teams.
Okay, all right.
All the same colors, right?
Okay, yeah.
But you can tell this is a Disney game
Okay.
because you can see the characters.
Yeah.
Star Wars, sorry, right?
Yeah.
It's the normal, like, sorry little pins.
Okay.
From the normal version.
Oh, really?
The only thing Star Wars about it is the
board.
That's lame.
I was like,
that's lame.
What do I do with this?
That's something so I've never experienced as a letdown, but Pokemon Sorry was the tits when I was a kid.
I haven't even thought of that for years. For years.
Because the teams were like the different types, where you had your fire, water, grass, and electric.
All your main ones.
Yeah.
Without going in depth.
So There's a similar game to Sorry. I just want to bring that
That's
up.
so stressful to think about.
Pokemon Sorry was like the thing to do on a Friday night in the Courtney household.
I remember yelling at my mom playing that stuff.
There's a game similar.
Do this, Mom!
There's a game similar to Sorry that I just wanted to get what you guys think about is Parcheesi.
I've never played Parcheesi.
I've never played Parcheesi in my life.
Like that was like one of those weird like old board games my grandparents had. I literally thought no one else knew about it, and then I started hearing about it more. I was like, oh, people know about this. It's very similar to Sorry in the sense that each person has their team. There's not like you have like colors and they're little like checkers.
Yeah.
But there's like different rules to it where each like sort of space you can fit 2 like characters on, and you have like 4 in total. So you can place 2 of your people there and not move them at all, and move like 2 other people. So you can block if there's 2 people on a space, people behind it can't go past it.
They have to go around.
So it's more like strategically thinking and whatnot.
Yeah, I've never played that.
I would really like to play like a round of Parcheesi with you. That'd be really interesting.
It's like I think it's a good in between from like a typical like party like kind of Sorry game, and then you got
how many players?
I think it's 4 because it's similarly set up as like Sorry, and you're all trying to get into the middle.
I still don't understand how to play Chinese checkers.
I don't. Yeah.
Like I just put all the balls and make them look nice, and then I'm like,
I almost learned how to play it at like someone's house when I was little, and then I was like, no.
That's like
no.
Yu-Gi-Oh. My friend said he was gonna teach me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know what?
Never taught me how to play
Yu-Gi-Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh
was easier to understand than the Pokemon card game.
Yeah.
The Pokemon card game was confusing as fuck.
So apparently that's making a comeback. My sister and like all of her friends are getting into Pokemon cards. I'm like, you're messing up, man. You buy the video games for Pokemon. You buy the cards for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Come on,
Come on.
I did. So when I was a kid, I was Yu-Gi-Oh master. I was the kid in elementary school where if
Blue Eyes White Dragon,
where if you're getting
Magician.
if you're getting into the Yu-Gi-Oh game, I'm your guy you go to.
Talk to the Chunky Punk.
You gotta talk to me. I'll let you know what you need to do. Now I'll build you up. I'll let you get started.
But then I'll destroy you.
But at the end of the day, I'm destroying you. I'm destroying you. Okay?
You set them up for defeat.
If you try to get past my Dark Magician, I promise you, I will destroy you.
Yeah.
It's just not.
So I want to end it. Last minute thoughts. What is your like favorite board game as of this moment? Not of all time or whatever, but what do you find yourself playing? Like a lot recently.
Like playing a lot, or what I'm in the mood for to play?
Like what you're in the mood for a lot, I guess. Because mine and the Shimoda's is a little game called Legendary.
Yeah, you guys love Legendary.
Build up Marvel characters and all that stuff. Fight against Marvel villains. It's really cool.
I hate that we didn't talk about Legendary a little bit.
Really cool game. Check it out. Marvel Legendary. Really nerdy stuff.
No, so wait, are we talking Yu-Gi-Oh as well? Are we counting Yu-Gi-Oh?
You can
That's
count
a card
Yu-Gi-Oh.
game.
I know.
But
that's why I'm just
I would say no to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Because
Marvel Legendary is a little different. Yeah. Though because
it's an actual board.
It's a tabletop game.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm not counting Munchkin either.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a toughie.
No game before we end. The game I never understood and the game that always annoyed me was Mousetrap. What was the point of that game?
Oh God!
Get the cheese.
To get the cheese, but like, what board was there? It was just like
I don't know.
I feel like the whole thing was just the toy that you had to make.
It was like a plastic contraption.
There was a lot of games that I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like even as a kid, I was like, yeah, capturing the rat looks fun, but like, what is the game?
What is the point? I don't care about these rats or the cheese. I think.
Ooh, here's a good one. As a little reminiscing is Guess Who.
Oh yeah.
I loved Guess Who.
Yeah, that's good.
I like
Guess
Connect
Who.
4 too.
That's good.
I was never a huge Connect 4 person.
But
Guess Who? Who?
I'm gonna go Simpsons Clue.
Simpsons
Clue.
Because I think I do love Sorry and I do love all those other games, but there's a certain easiness to it.
Yeah,
it's so
you don't have to
easy.
think about it.
Like that's why I like Legendary too. It's because like there's a process.
It's just like
to it.
there's just like building up. It's just like it's like a checklist video game where you don't have to think about it. It's just you keep doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go specifically Simpsons Edition.
Okay.
Clue.
Annie, what about you?
I could list for days.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know I love Arkham Horror.
I was just about to say
that's not a game. That's just
that's hell.
That's hell.
It's co-op, fun, RPG, tabletop game.
I can understand the appeal of it. It just
Who doesn't want to fight monsters in the streets of Arkham?
I know,
like,
but then,
I was
like,
really confused because I wanted it to be a Batman game, and it wasn't.
Kind of. I mean,
But it's not.
It's older than Batman. It's
yeah.
older than Batman. That's what.
So I was just confused by that, and then
Yeah.
when you showed it to me, I was like, "This is dumb."
See,
It's a little too complex.
See, the
right?
day, the one and only day I've ever played that, you guys brought it out and you guys were like, hey, explaining, like, kind of pitching the game to me and a couple
and
of
it
the
took
other
the
people.
rest
Yeah,
of
they're
the
not
day.
into it.
And they were like, oh, so it's like an RPG, you fight monsters, it's great.
You roll
like,
dice.
You roll dice and stuff, and
You buy
I'm just
items.
like, I'm just gonna
There's a
play
lot of
Fallout.
There's a lot of math.
That's why I want to
No,
play. I want to play Skyrim.
Like
I want to fight monsters.
We play a lot of Eclipse too, which is like risk in space.
you've been to Eclipse a lot.
Yeah.
recently.
That's my least favorite
He
board game
doesn't. He
of all
doesn't like
time.
resource allocation.
I
I think
hate
he
it.
doesn't like thinking. Okay, I have this much money to spend. This is what I can get to further my.
I have to do that in real life.
Empire.
Why
Yeah.
am I
It's
gonna
fun.
choose to organize money like
The
that?
thing is, it's like, well, I know why Vinny gets into it is
I was
because he's
just-
really into blowing his friends up in outer space. He's like,
It's
I'm gonna
really
build
weird
up
about
my.
blowing his friends.
Yep, he's gonna build up his army and like kill the shit out of us, and then and then we play a lot of Catan nowadays. Settlers of Catan,
No.
which is also kind of resource allocation as
What's
well.
that? What's that ship one? It's very
Ship
pretty.
one.
It's like a Japanese.
Oh,
It's like you have to get the ship to a certain point without
yeah.
running into.
the dragons or something.
I think
like
it's
that?
like dragons or.
I forget what that's called,
Like,
but yeah,
type-
Jack has that one. That one's pretty fun
That
too.
one's fun.
They have some expansions for it that make it harder because it gets kind of easy after
Yeah.
a while.
Are we? What's that? Bang? Are we considering that?
That's kind
Bang's
of
a
a
good
board
one.
game. We play a lot of Bang because we have the expansion that supports up to like what is it like 7 or 8 people. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
only
fun
always
when you have
do.
a big circle of people and you know shooting each other and figuring out who's the
What's better than
share- or
killing your
who's the
friends?
renegade. Yep.
Pew,
No, and
pew.
it's great when you're sitting next to someone. You're like, dude, I'm totally banging your girlfriend right now. 'Cause
Yep.
you shoot them. You play Vanguard. We play a lot of Power Grid, which is another resource allocation game. You build up your resources, and you have, let's say, you invest in coal. And you have a lot of coal powered, and you're trying to power your cities. Or you could do green power or garbage power.
Hey Annie, what's your favorite game?
Oh, I know. No, we played so many, and it's like we haven't recently, which kind of bums me out because everybody's kind of like either gone or like Will's gone, Vinny's gone. We don't really have any people who like want to do it on a weekly basis. So,
So Arkham Horror.
I mean, we have Mansions of Madness, which we haven't touched yet too, which is another H.P. Lovecraft based game, but
Isn't it-
that
yeah,
one
it's the
has
same.
that one has a DM. And it's
Alright.
really story based.
Right, yeah.
And so you pick a story, and that's the game you play. It's a little like, I'd say it's less complex than Arkham Horror, but it's fun because you have someone kind of trying to fuck you over. So it's not completely co-op anymore.
Or just fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could DM and try and fuck us over.
And on that
fun.
note, thank you so much for watching this episode of Talking Shit. As always, I'm your host, Barrett Courtney. Thank you so much, Ricky and Annie, for joining me today. Today's topic of Talking Shit was board games, which we got into very many different rabbit holes. But it was good. They were good. They were good
I went
rabbit
down
holes.
my own rabbit hole. Nobody else came with me.
Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts on board games? What do you think of the ones we talked about? What are some of your favorite board games? You can leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, like that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel for more episodes of Talking Shit. And if you need to keep up to date with what we're doing at baiazonagamers, you can always find us on Twitter, collectively at baiazonagamers. You can find me at Banandler Chong and Ricky over here at Baldazan96. Annie, on the other hand, does not have a Twitter, so you don't.
Technically, I do.
Technically you do,
Technically.
but we're not gonna waste your time with that. So thank you so much. Oh, I forgot to do this for last episode too. It must be because this is the first time we've done quick reviews and talking shit in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have any like tech questions or anything, you can always tweet at our tech guy at 7Morris, but the O in Morris is a 0. I forgot to do that for quick reviews. I apologize.
They'll figure it out.
He's looking at me like, all right, yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Watch these microphones.
Watch these microphones start not working.
No cred.
So yeah, if you have any tech questions, because
every week you don't say it, something's missing. One of the legs on your chair is shorter than the other, so it's just like.
So thank you so much for watching this episode of Talking Shit. And until next time, have a great day full of shit talking and
Barrett's favorite pasta, rigmarole.
No, it's got to be related to the Ricky. I don't think you understand what the outro is supposed to be. It's supposed to be have a great day full of shit talking and something related to the topic.
Rigmarole.
No,
that's like every episode.
Have a great day full of shit talking and Simpsons Clue.
Simpsons Clue? What about Arkham Horror?
No, never play that game in your life.